This right here is a K24Z3. This is one of the coolest and also most annoying K-Series engines ever made, and we're gonna be making it rear wheel drive. You guys may have noticed the sneak peek over the last couple months. I had this thing under a box underneath the table right here, just Jenny's engine written above it. And if you guys follow the channel at all, you know that this year I have done 0 drifting. I actually forfeited my perfectly good 2-liter turbo out of my Genesis when we bought the abandoned Genesis. So that left me with an empty shell of a car that needs an engine that can love boost, love high RPMs, and we've done the K20 before, so I figured this time we would go ahead and give a swing at the K24. The engine we're working with is actually out of a 2010 Honda Accord Coupe. So I do anticipate finding a couple weird little quirks and problems with it, like this broken sensor that I found this morning when I pulled it out. It's a little bit older and it's just a regular Honda, so I don't expect people to maintain it with the perfection that you would maintain something like this car, for example. But regardless, I'm super stoked, so let's get started on transforming this into what will be a rear-wheel drive K24Z3.
Yeah, they talking this and that, but it's easy calling that bluff. They want that gimme, 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 but this isn't Apple. I show up looking dapper, my mama's favorite rapper. She taught me never let a moment pass you, so I just run away, and I never look back.
For the first time in my entire life, there is no amount of air that is getting this crankshaft bolt off. We had to pick up this fancy $60 frickin' tool to take off one bolt. If this works though, this will be kind of cool because I have never seen this tool in my entire life. You ready? I don't know, dude. Oh God. Oh, coming on. Oh, good time. $60, 60 seconds. Don't need this anymore. Ah, that is what we were looking for the whole frickin' time. Before we go ahead and get carried away, I want to try and make the rest of this block look like this little head section right here. Nice and clean so that the Genesis has a super fresh K24 swap.
Suitcase, bought a ticket, I'm just trying to find a new place. Was the occasion, baby, just another Tuesday. Okay, I feel like a movie. Okay, it's just another Tuesday.
Welcome to the Dry Socks Club. So you guys don't hose your shoes off when you're done sanding? Seriously though, check this out. Thanks to the sponsor of today's video, Vessi. Vessis are a great shoe because they're a one shoe does all. They're 100% waterproof and they're made with a material called Dymatex, which basically keeps your feet cool in the summer, lets them breathe, yet it keeps them warm in the winter months and free of snow and water and ice and whatever you have where you live. They fit snug like a sock and are super lightweight, yet they look great, making everything you do more comfortable while keeping you looking fresh. Personally, I find I hear people complaining about the weather far too often. I feel like any weather is fully capable of being enjoyed as long as you're open-minded and of course dressed for the occasion, which is why I love Vessis, because no matter what life throws at you, you're in the right shoe. I've been rocking these Cityscape Classics for a while now and they are absolutely amazing, but don't just take it from me. Jordy, who just happens to be hanging out here today in his Vessis, has been rocking the Everyday Moves for what, a year? More? Year and a half? And if neither of these shoes look like they're the shoe for you, Vessi's website has tons of different designs and color options for you guys to choose from. And right now, you guys can get 15% off anything on their website if you use the code Robbie right here or go in the link in the description down below and check it out. You also get free shipping in Canada, in the US, and Australia, and tons of other places. So make sure you guys check out Vessi. Like I said, use the code Robbie and save 15% off. They are actually an amazing, lightweight, waterproof, just great everyday, dress them up, dress them down shoe. So thanks again to Vessi for sponsoring today's video and helping make everything you guys see us do here possible. Accidentally knocked off the VIN tag. You guys can run this real quick. Tell me if this engine was stolen or not. I think it's good. The guy seemed medium trustworthy at best. Pistons are dirty, but I mean all pistons are dirty. Somehow this guy right here is significantly cleaner than the rest. I'm gonna go ahead and say that this engine had far less mileage on it than he told me. One of you guys should actually run that VIN wherever that tag went. Run that tag. Let me know what the mileage was when this whatever happened last. Can you guys see this? This thing is yeeted. Look at that. I have never seen anything like this, dude. This is mangled. That one's almost my fault for jinxing it at the beginning of the video and telling you guys we were probably gonna find more problems with this engine. I just did a full exhaust side valve setup. Every single valve on the exhaust side is brand new. That was a super cool learning experience. It was actually a lot easier than I thought it was gonna be. And if you guys wanna see it, make sure you're subscribed to the Bobby Builds channel. I'm gonna have a full like 1 hour special, everything that went into building this engine in one long episode. And that's gonna come out a couple days after you guys see this on the main channel. So make sure you are subscribed to the Bobby channel where you guys can see me do all the valves on this thing and fumble around and learn what the hell I was doing. As one of my good old hockey coaches used to say, look good, play good. In this case, I think it's gonna be more of a look good, drive fast, look fast, go fast. Do whatever you want with it. Point is, one more step, and then we can get into the goods. We got a Rust-Oleum high heat. This stuff's rated for 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't think we have this in Canada. We like ourselves too much to have all these chemicals apparently. I'll leave an Amazon US link for you guys to check this stuff out. I've never used anything like this before. This is supposed to be a gas and oil resistant, no peel promise. All the other paints I've always used on engines have given me major problems and headaches. I'm just excited to try this out. You can tell by the can, we're going for the OEM Plus look. Custom silver oil filter, bonus 10 horsepower. 10 horsepower. Use the big torque wrench. The little one is a workout. Inline Pro head studs. Never heard of them before. I didn't even know they existed. Big shout out to Garage 16 for being the only actual place locally or like that I could really see in Canada that carries this brand and actually had them in stock. Like I told you guys, K24Z engines are weird. ARP does not make studs for this engine, even though we're going ahead using ARP grease. You gotta get these Inline Pro studs. So Garage 16 is like a local Honda shop. They got tons of stuff, always in stock. I'll leave a link to them down below. But that's what we got going on now. So everything is in there, torqued, fresh head gasket. Are you f***ing serious? It's not on the right bob. I can already see it's off the bob. Ugh, dude, this is not ideal. This is the opposite of ideal. Fast, fast, fast. I looked in the hole and I could see that's not lined up at all properly. Okay, now that's on. Those are on. Good thing I checked, eh? Could you imagine I just pulled the pin and fired this engine up on like the wrong timing? Have you ever seen a grenade pin go? It just goes blam and everything explodes, watch. Brand new timing chain, tensioner, head gaskets, head studs. All the preventative maintenance stuff is taken care of before we go ahead and tighten up any of the bolts on the timing chain cover. We have one of the coolest and most long-awaited mods for any engine I have ever built, the MPC hardware kit. This out, dude. This literally looks like something you would see on How It's Made, does it not? You guys know the theme for the Genesis drift car is white and purple. And for months on end at some point, you guys were commenting on my videos saying, do an MPC hardware kit on your whole engine when I did the K20. I think like a really clean drift car with a super cool and clean engine bay will just be like the little extra touch. This is actually called 100 Proof Hardware. This is a division of MPC Motorsports. They make tons of like K-swap parts, Honda parts specifically, and I have a discount code for you guys to use. It is Robbie. Go on MPC Motorsports website and you guys can save 10% on anything on the website. Let's see if we can't figure out what we're doing here.
Can't.
See if we can't figure it out, yeah. That's like a saying, no?
See if we can figure it out?
I don't know, look. Check out MPC's website, spend all your money, you won't regret it. That's gonna be sick. Courtney says she likes the white on the Honda. I don't know why she likes the white on the Honda. I feel like most of you guys are behind what I'm about to do. And if you're not, when I open the K-Tune box, you will be. These I'm actually really excited for. Valve cover hardware. I've probably seen it before, but I've never registered that like this is what I'm looking at. You know, when we're at like a show or something, I'm like, oh look, fancy. You guys will notice we put a heavy focus in front hardware because this is actually going to be the front of the engine now that it's going to be rear wheel drive. We have never built something that just looks so good. Like when you look at it, everything is not just fresh, but like shiny and just nice. And this, oh, okay, take two. And this is why we went ahead and left that brushed. We got a ton of good K-Tune stuff and I got it all in like the brushed aluminum finish. So you guys know K-Tune, K-Swap, K-Tune. If a company could be the man, K-Tune is the man. We have a oil cap, we have an oil dipstick, EP3 pulley kit. Ooh. Ooh. And we have the K-Tuned auto tensioner. A brand new tensioner with a nice black pulley. Not only do most K-Swaps require these, but because we're going rear wheel drive, we had to get a rear wheel drive intake manifold. And when you get a rear wheel drive intake manifold, it sits backwards. So everything gets in the way. So apparently this is a setup that you can run. I think it'll make more sense on the car. This guy goes like this, bingo, bango. Oh, it doesn't work. Remember at the beginning of the video when I told you guys that K20Z3s were one of the most annoying engines? Well, this is another perfect example of that. Easy enough mistake. I should never have ordered the auto tensioner. I should just be using the stock one, which I'm not doing because we did not know we were needing to use it and it's disgusting. And then I get the adapter kit for the EP3 pulley kit. I feel like this is just another regular Robbie friendly reminder that like it doesn't go right for anybody. It doesn't go right for me, it doesn't go right for you. It doesn't go right when you're working on cars at all. The good news is that we do have other K-Tune stuff that we can install so it doesn't feel like a complete bust. Beautiful. I don't know, how do people complain about that? They can't center or something?
Or they stick it on before they put it on.
Yeah, because they're we also got a sweet dipstick from them. What the heck is even that? This is what I have a question about.
So your old one didn't open?
No. Why would it open though? Well, you know what they say. The best way to get over parts not working is to unbox the turbo. This is something that most of you guys have probably never seen before. This is an RHB Super 6 turbo. Triple ball bearing, free floating metal bearing. This one actually has an 8mm turbine housing, so it's quite small, but we did that so that it would spool really, really quickly. And I could sit here and try and tell you specs about this and why it's super cool and the best all day long. Instead, I'm gonna show you why I chose this turbo. Jason is not only an extremely good driver, but he's actually an engineer. Like he created the housing of this turbo. The triple ball bearing system is exclusive to RHB. All of his stuff is made by him and he is a driver. This is the Super 6 and right now you guys can actually use the code Robbie15 if you go to RHB's website. He's actually almost sold out of these guys. He also has a YouTube channel where he shows all of his racing and stuff, so make sure you guys check all of that stuff out. This is designed and raced by the guy who designed it. Chinese turbos just aren't like that. For today, you're gonna see us run this PRL manifold. It's gonna be a bottom mount. The turbo is clocked to be a top mount. So it's gonna look like a fucking elephant trunk on this car. Had to be said so you guys don't think that I'm on drugs when I install this. With the elephant trunk bolted back up in its weird position, it is officially time to make this engine rear wheel drive, which is actually a lot easier than everybody might think.
Looking dapper, my mama's favorite rapper. She taught me never let a moment pass you, so I just run away, and I never look back. I hope it's what I'm hoping for. Run away, I got my backpack. Travel light, got my life inside a suitcase. Bought a ticket, I'm just trying to find a new place. What's the occasion, baby? Just another Tuesday. Okay, our life feel like a movie. Okay, it's just another Tuesday.
So, what do you think? This guy should be good to get you about 500 horsepower. We'll probably dial it down just a bit. We'll get your proper wheels put back on you. And we'll do something about this turbo so it doesn't look so weird once it's inside. I mean, aside from a transmission, which we do have, but we're obviously gonna wait till it's in the car, this is kind of all you need to actually make a K-Series rear-wheel drive. So this is K-Power's R40 rear-wheel drive intake manifold. This thing is beautiful. It's massive. Like, so much boost can go into this thing. And what's really cool is it's one piece. There's no more like half split weirdness going on. It looks almost identical to the color I painted, which is perfect. And the manifold has all the little sensor holes, map sensor. I believe this is the idler control valve down here. I believe these are just for mounting. It also came with a couple fittings right here for like the coolant, for the water passage. And of course, the brushed rail looks absolutely killer on here, dude. Look at this. All we gotta do now is obviously get the little pieces. We gotta get this adapter piece. We gotta get a throttle body. We gotta obviously put a belt on it. But first, we gotta build motor mounts because this is going into a Genesis, which there's no such thing as a swap kit for. That'll be the fun part. Like I've been telling you guys all video, all the parts that I have installed are linked in the description down below. Lots of them I have discount codes for you guys to save some money. And make sure you guys check out the Bobby Builds YouTube channel for the full 1 hour or maybe more special of building this entire engine. Today's challenge is gonna be to just trust the process. Stop worrying about doing the most and start worrying about what is the process that gets you to your end goal. It might not always be smooth, the road might not always feel like it's the one that you're supposed to be going down, but if you have a goal and you know the route you need to take to get there, trust the process, do what you know you are supposed to do regardless of how you feel about it, and you will get to your end goal, I promise you. That is all I got for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out and stay committed. Dude, it looks like it soaks in on, I bet you the camera makes it look like it soaks in, but like where does it go is my question because my sock is dry. Touch it. Is it wet or is it dry? It's dry. Okay. It feels cold, so.